heart sees all, the mind sees all, but what are the matters of the heart that are weighing on your minds and hearts at the moment? That all sounds very complicated, but I'm sure you're Kaabil enough to rise to that challenge. First of all, Hrithik, what are the matters of the heart which you're dealing with at the moment? We know you're a man who's all about heart, so...
Well, right now, I think we're all very, surrounded by this enthusiasm about completing the film. Yeah. And of course, it has always come from the heart for Kaabil. I think everybody who's involved, came into this film with a strange desire to do their best. Strange because it wasn't something that, like how you report for work. It wasn't like that. Every actor, all the technicians kind of like came into this feeling like as if it's their own cozy space. We are all together, and everybody was curious and wanting to see what we can create, So it was a beautiful experience, and it's still going on.
Sanjay, obviously, we all know so much about Hrithik, but still he manages to be somewhat a mysterious person to all of us. What is the one thing about working with him that actually surprised you, that you didn't know about him and that you were surprised to discover?
Well, actually, there's lots.
Okay, you can tell us lots also, that's fine.
As you gone. No, before working with him, I'd only heard stories, about his focus and his dedication. Like, I'll tell you a very strange thing, which is almost for a film person from the fraternity will not believe this, ever. They'll say, no, this guy. But the fact is that we spent nearly a year making this film. This man sitting here has never, ever, ever discussed another film or another hero or the box office or any of those things, which are the first thing when filmies get together.
Okay, that is difficult to believe, honestly, especially in this industry. That is very difficult to believe. It's an amazing
to kind of not be, I wouldn't say not be affected, but it's also a kind of discipline that when you're working, it's all about the work. There are times when you'll sit and you'll chit chat and go here, there, or discuss something. But no, I mean, any conversation, it is to do with the film. So in that sense, I mean, that is something.
I think that also depends on the environment that is created by the director. Actually, I would give that back to him.
Yeah.
Because the director can very easily sit and chat with you about, यार ये इसकी picture ये इसमें ये हो रहा है उसमें वो हो रहा है. But he never did that either. So
maybe he was taking a cue from you.
And I really love that, because there was this force field around the set, an emotional one. And when, as I said, when people came onto the set, it was like a different world, and they left the outside world outside. Two people in this film, actually there are more, but I would, for the sake of this conversation right now, two people in this film without who this film could not have been made. One is Sanjay, because this film could have easily been, because it's such a real story, and there's so much the reality, and you know what I'm saying, that it could have been easily been interpreted as an art film. Let's make it really real and let's get into the. But Sanjay has maintained that, because he himself is a very emotional person, and yet he has given it a twist, if I may say, like he's done like a Tarantino to Kaabil. It's just like twisted it like that, and instead of seeing it like this, and then he's seeing it like this.
Looking back now, he's like, have you really done that?
Yeah, and then he's seeing it like that, and then like that. So he's just like completely taken the film to another level. And the other person without whom this film could not have been made is Yami, because what she brings to this film actually becomes the core of the film, and it was so important for the girl in this film to be of this world, of this, and Yami naturally has, I think, because of where she comes from, she naturally has this old world charm. She has this dignity and this freshness that's not been influenced by by whatever. She's just not been corrupted, and so I don't think this film could have been made without her. It could not have become what it is without her.
I'd like to add something. There's so many times through the making of the film when we would see a particular shot on the monitor of hers and everything, And the two of us, because before Yami, I had approached a couple of A-list actresses. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. But we would actually look at each other and just say, with due respect to everybody else, that, man, thank God.
And I love the term that you used, an emotional force field. Was that particularly important to you last year? Because we know that you had some challenges as well. So was that particularly important to you to have this emotional force field of support around you?
Absolutely, because when you are submerging yourself into a character and another world, it is always very conducive to your best work when nobody else is bringing outside elements into your environment. So yes, it was, I think everybody, I mean, I don't know if it was something that was thought about, but naturally I think everyone was just involved, focused into creating a good moment, a great moment, and on to the next.
Yeah.
That's just how it just kept going, and it was gratitude for this experience, really.
Sanjay was saying something which which is genuinely very difficult to believe. I think in Bollywood that you hardly talk about other people, or you don't talk about other people. You don't talk about the box office. How do you take the high road where that's concerned? It must be tempting. I'm guessing even for you. We know that you're quite philosophical and things like that. But how do you manage that in this industry?
Well, I think what Sanjay was pointing at is that there was never anything negative said about anybody else, or coming from a space of comparison or ego, or making someone sound bad, or reveling in somebody else's failures, because that is something that I generally don't do.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. It is something that momentarily makes a person feel better, because you're pointing at somebody else and saying that's bad, or he did this, is so wrong. So by implication makes you
Feel superior.
better, that he did wrong, so right now at this moment I'm better. But it's an illusion, and I'm just aware of that, and so I don't indulge in that.
Fresh faces, so to speak, like someone like Yami, of course, before that Pooja Hegde. Who would you like to act with next in terms of our current crop of leading ladies?
Well, that is not something that I sit and think about. I think I don't think I have that prerogative only. I mean, I don't give myself that. I really love being surprised by somebody else's mind.
Yeah.
Where films are concerned. Because I mean, like for instance, I could never have imagined myself as Akbar. I could have never imagined myself as Krish, but somebody else did. So I want to. If I would be left to myself to discover my edge, I probably would fall short. In contrast to somebody else's vision that could take me higher, so even that boils down to the pairing, something that would surprise me, surprise the audience. So I leave those things to the minds who are more adept at doing that.
Fair enough, and we like being surprised as well. So I think we'll all be surprised together as to whatever is next. And the thing is, obviously, all of us, God bless us, have all our faculties in place, and still life is difficult sometimes. Still, we don't know. We're flying blind with a lot of things. We don't know what's the right move, career-wise or relationship-wise. Who are the people who you go to when you don't see the way clearly ahead? Who are the people you rely on for both of you?
Who do you rely on?
I'll just discuss it with my wife, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your first.
That's a good call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And strangely enough, I talk to my kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I always find an answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not
because
that I will not go to them with the problem.
yeah, I'm sure they would just pick the simplest answer.
Which is
If that is
sometimes
the
right in
problem,
front of you.
if that is the problem, then don't do that. No.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. Or, the simplest answers. Yeah, I get that from my kids as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but personally, I think I love. I have a tendency to enjoy, analyzing, and then my curiosity is what takes over. when I am going through a moment, I'm very curious about the road less traveled. I want to see, okay, if I do this, I know everything is holding me back, but I want to know if I do it, where would it lead? I want to know what's beyond that. So I usually allow my curiosity to guide me through any such moments.
We know what happened with Curiosity and the cat, though. So
I don't think.
Do you ever bother about that?
No. Curiosity is what has driven my entire life and what drives me even now.
Yeah.
I'm a very curious soul, and that is what has pushed me to take some of my most incredible leaps. The most dangerous leaps in my life. I would not do that if I was not curious to know more about life. To know how that would change me if I do this.
How you'd evolve.
How I would evolve. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. You make it a game, and once you get curious, you suddenly get a smile on your face, and you have that curiosity. So it becomes like fun.
Yeah.
So you're going through an adversity, and you're like, oh, I'm very curious to know what if I stay quiet, what will happen? If I do something, what will happen? So it kind of like, it's a game. You get a lot of choices, but all the choices become fun.
Yeah, well, that's sounds like a very childlike, atmosphere.
Yeah, if you take life too seriously, you're doomed.
Yeah.
So you gotta have that sense of humor. You have to play with it a little.
Yeah.
When it gets really tough, you compare it to a game.
Yeah.
And in a game, when you're at level 25,
Yeah.
It's a tough level.
Yeah.
It's a game, and it's tough, and you're still playing it. Why? Because it's a game.
Yeah.
So when it gets tough in your life, okay, level 25. Let me see if I can do it.
So then, basically, not much bothers you or gets under your skin from the
No,
looks
not
of it.
nothing that is nothing that's not in my control ever bothers me. If something is in my control, it'll bother me. I will make amends.
Fair enough. So this upcoming, there's been a lot which has been made of the fact that both, Rais and your film are releasing on the same day. Does that bother you at all? No,
not the physical manifestation of it, but I do learn from it. I do learn that when you search for a better way, and you look at your counterparts in Hollywood, you realize that they are also operating with the same calendar.
Yeah.
We both have the same calendar, but yet their Superman will never clash with Batman. Lord of the Rings will not clash with Harry Potter. They manage their calendar really, really well, and it's something to think about. It's something to think about.
Yeah.
Earlier, I was okay with it because my justification of two films clashing was that, but there are just so many dates, and two films have to at some point or time clash, and that should be fine. But now this new thought has got me thinking that how does it not happen there?
Yeah.
And maybe there's something that we can learn from.
No, certainly there's also very simple logic behind that. We just literally have 4 superstars, who do an average of 1 film a year. So I don't think it's rocket science to keep those 4 Fridays apart.
Yeah.
So it is, as far as I'm concerned, it is unfortunate that it's happening. It should not have happened. But I guess beyond a point, like I said, even as we were on set, to a fault we are even now, it's like we've got our blinders on. So all that is there in front of us is Kaabil. That's releasing, and that's what we're going with. We've never thought of what if, what not, nothing. We're doing our best, enjoying our journey while it lasts, and that's it. We're not going to let something take it away from us.
Sure, fair enough.
It's just that.
But of course, I mean, both of you, besides Kaabil, you're like important members of the film industry as well.
No,
So going forward, what do you
friends,
suggest, really?
and also friends.
And
We are
also
all
friends.
friends.
We
Yeah.
know each other,
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is, having said whatever we have, there is no negativity, there is no blame. It's not something that is illegal.
Yeah.
It's not unethical.
Yeah.
It's just. It's maybe it's a pointer towards getting more aware and how to deal with it the next time. But we hope that hopefully both films are good, and hopefully both films will do well, and hopefully we all will celebrate together.
Yeah, and hopefully everyone will have a good end to 2016 and a great start to 2017. Both of you, what are you wishing for other than, of course, the success of Kaabil? What are the lessons you hope to take forward from 2016 into 2017?
Well, I really would love Sanjay to dream up another script and have another Kaabilisque experience again. I would hope for that. I've really enjoyed my time with Sanjay, and we've worked really well together.
And Sanjay, what about you?
No, it's the same. I mean, I just like I said, right now it's just Kaabil. So until the 25th, 26th, or that weekend, and actually I don't even know after that, how much time it will take to kind of step out of it. That's the whole thing. So it's at this point of time, there's no resolutions, there's no nothing. It's just the intent is there absolutely to have many more such journeys, or any film you make. I feel now it's like this has become a template. I want it to be like this.
Sure, yeah, that.
The template is always a good thing to fall back on.
Template, benchmark. This is.
Yeah, those are good words. Those are good words.